Dunks put out a good video on Mavs, man, because they
Oh, really?
Yeah, they discovered what it is, and Jay Skeets did a good video on it. So I think it's on their TikTok. Tomorrow we'll talk about the JaVale McGee controversy. We'll talk about Christian Wood's role and all kinds of stuff. We'll be back tomorrow, and then we'll also do a post game after the Raptors game. Mavs play.
I'm fascinated by that.
This is going to be a big game for them.
Yeah, because Toronto can score the basketball, and if they can't defend, then and they have some good defenders. Obviously, Scotty Barnes and OG loves freaking out. Yeah, I'm a little scared, to be honest. A little scared about Friday.
Yeah, it'll be a good test for them. This will be a good thing to see, especially at home. So check back in on that, guys. Also, go check out Locked On NBA. I'm hosting that on Friday, Thursday night with Adam Morris. So go check out Locked On NBA. Go check out Locked On Sports today as well. Great podcast with the biggest stories of the day, plus instant reaction, big game recaps, and the take of the day. Available on Odyssey apps, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcast. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom.
I'm Peter Bukowski, host of Locked On Sports Today, bringing you the latest news from around the sports world every morning. From the games that matter most to the biggest stories in sports. Start your morning going beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with local experts and insights only Locked On can provide. Locked On Sports Today covers the biggest stories from around the sports world without taking up all your free time. Find Locked On Sports Today free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
Instead of Dinwiddie at times.
Or it's been
in that same
Tim
lineup
instead of Dinwiddie.
With the three defenders. Yeah, it's been interesting how he's messed with stuff. But yeah, seeing a consistent closing lineup would be good. I think we've talked about it's more important than
I
your
care
starting
way much more about that than I do.
But with the inconsistency of the players, like it was the right move to close with Tim Hardaway the other night.
Yeah, that's where I could be just completely wrong on it. Is that, because then you wouldn't be riding the hot hand of like a Tim or somebody else. But maybe it's majority of the nights, can we have a closing lineup that? And I think they do. I think they do like Maxey in that closing lineup and stuff. But I'd like to see a defined lineup get more reps in those close games.
Interesting. Let us know in the comment section below what's something that you want to see from
what about trade?
Dallas Mavericks. Oh, you got any more?
I was gonna say a trade.
Yeah, we had the over on 1.5 trades so far. Who do you want to get traded?
Stop. All right, tonight we're gonna play Utah.
Hey, you guys should do that. You guys should do that segment on Studio 41.
Yeah, let me ask
you and Bobby and Katya should do that segment.
Let me ask Bobby.
All right, power ranking. Who do we want to be traded first? That'd be great.
So, who is the Halloween candy of tonight? Utah Jazz are in town. David Locke's in town. If you see David Locke at the game, give him a shout out. Tell him that Locked On Mavs is the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
But no, we get to see these ugly uniforms in person.
Oh, what are they wearing? Do we know?
Probably the yellow, right?
Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta...
See future Maverick Jordan Clarkson and
who's more likely to be a future Maverick?
Jordan Clarkson or
they're wearing their statement edition. That's the black with the yellow lettering.
Oh, yeah.
And the Mavs are wearing the classic white.
Let's just hope that Markkanen doesn't put up like 38.
God, the black with the what's worse, the black with the yellow or the? I guess that's the worst one, right? Or no, the yellow with the yellow with black lettering.
I think they're both ugly.
All right, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs, making us your first listen. Now go check out Locked On Sports Today, the biggest stories of the day, plus instant reactions, big game previews, and the take of the day available on the Odyssey app, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. It's Locked On Sports Today. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom!
I'm Peter Bukowski, host of Locked On Sports Today, bringing you the latest news from around the sports world every morning. From the games that matter most to the biggest stories in sports. Start your morning going beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with local experts and insights only Locked On can provide. Locked On Sports Today covers the biggest stories from around the sports world without taking up all your free time. Find Locked On Sports Today free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
It's the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
There's a reason you need a special license to drive a big truck. So companies that hire drivers and put them in a big truck should be held accountable for what happens when one hurts you or your loved ones. If you've been in a truck or car wreck, Frankel & Frankel will not only get the medical care you need, but beyond that. Frankly, you need Frankel & Frankel. The consultation is always free. Visit truckwreck.com or call 214-333-3333.
On today's show, 6 games into the season, is it time for a DTR? Define the relationship between the Mavericks and Christian Wood and the Mavericks coaching staff. We'll talk about that. Plus, how can we diagnose the Mavericks' fourth quarter issues? Is it more encouraging or exposing? We'll talk about that and more on today's Locked On Mavs.
I'm Luka Doncic, and this is Locked On Mavericks.
NBA champions. He is bang! It's good! And the Mavericks have won the game! If you don't believe, you shouldn't be here.
And welcome. You are locked on to the Dallas Mavericks. My name is Nick Engstead, media member and NBA channel manager for the Locked On Podcast Network. Thanks for making Locked On Mavs your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. But the best way you can help us grow the show is to comment anything below. Let us know, what do you expect to happen with Christian Wood? Either he gains more trust and time, he gets traded, or everything stays the same and we just deal with this back and forth kind of thing. Let us know in the comment section. What do you